Range Rover may be one of the reasons so many people associate SUVs with luxury and status. It combined the go-anywhere capability of the original Land Rover with on-road refinement and a quality interior. Decades later, it's still a very refined and competent SUV on pavement and over muddy grass. Although considering it's possible to spend over $100,000 on a Range Rover, those qualities are expected. What isn't, however, are the constant tales of faulty features and endless repairs. To this day, Range Rovers have a reputation for unreliability. This begs the question, are they worth the cost? Why people are willing to pay so much for a Range Rover. By the time it debuted in 1970, the Range Rover had actually been in development for close to 2 decades. While based on the Land Rover Series 2, engineers made several changes inside and underneath. Traditionalists worried these would ruin the SUV, but they needn't have. From its initial debut, the Range Rover was amazingly popular. The SUV had strong, but clean styling. Thrillist reports it was even displayed at the Louvre. The interior was still washed down, but upscale and comfortable. It was also one of the first SUVs to offer permanent 4-wheel drive. This, plus the split tailgate that can turn into a seat for weary outdoor explorers, has continued into the present day. Today, the Range Rover is no longer a single SUV. But from the entry-level Evoque to the almost $200K autobiography SV, all have been praised for styling, high-quality interior, and ability to conquer any terrain. Motor Trend reports that even the city-focused Evoque can wade into the water almost 2 feet deep. Range Rover has also kept pace with modern technology. The 2013 model was one of the first SUVs to feature an aluminum unibody. Air suspension helps the lineup adapt to both on- and off-road situations, and is linked to the SUV's traction control and terrain response system. There's also an active locking rear differential, and what is essentially an off-road cruise control system. Land Rover, even on the Evoque, also lets drivers use the SUV's multiple cameras to see the ground around them and avoid obstacles. However, all this fancy tech does come at a price. And not just when customers put down their deposits. The list of things that broke is too long to list here. There were so many, in fact, that the warranty paid for itself within 18 months. The air suspension crops up repeatedly, along with several other suspension components. The 06 Range Rover also had many electrical gremlins, the horn, steering, parking sensors, and so on. And while this particular model was used, those kinds of issues still show up in new ones. Car and Driver had electrical issues in both the 2016 Range Rover Diesel and 2018 Vela used for long-term reviews. Random error and warning lights, infotainment glitches, sometimes the digital gauge cluster wouldn't turn on. The UK's Daily Mail reported that in a vehicle reliability survey performed by What Car, 2 of the 5 most unreliable vehicles were Range Rover models. Car and Driver didn't suffer any suspension issues. However, Auto Trader reported that the air suspension causes so many headaches, people looking at a used Range Rover should make sure it was converted to coil springs. It isn't unusual for redesigned SUVs to suffer reliability issues. A new design, new features, there'll be bugs to work out. But Land Rover hasn't redesigned the Range Rover for several years.